Hello and welcome to Port Elizabeth. It's the FNB Classic Clash between Grey High School and Selborne College. And we are at Grey High School, just around the corner from St George's Park, where both the first rugby and cricket test matches were played in the 19th century by South Africa. Those dark colours were the colours of Selborne, and the light blue goes to Grey High School. The weather forecast, well, it's Port Elizabeth, so you'd expect some wind, and there is quite a gust blowing across the ground right now. It hasn't ever got very warm today, and there's a cold front going right the way up the coast, all the way into KwaZulu-Natal. But we're looking forward to a great game of rugby today, even though there's obviously a storm coming. Let's hope it stays away. Well, the 5 most recent Springboks for Grey High School include Mickey Gerber, who Hugh Bladen tells me was the finest kicker of a rugby ball he ever saw. Siya Kolisi is the latest Springbok, and of course he was the man of the match on debut in Nelspruit earlier this year. What a game he had then. As for Selborne College, well, lots of important people have gone there, but let's remember Brent Russell, who lit up our screens for so many years with his daring runs, and Andre Vos, who's here today, and of course captained the Springboks. Mark Andrews and his cousin Keith Andrews both went here, and Mark Andrews, one of the greatest Springboks of them all. It's my privilege to introduce a Springbok alongside me now, Gabani Bobo.
Good afternoon, Andrew. I'm looking forward to this clash. Grey and Selborne, always big in the Eastern Cape. One of the big schools' tradition and values will be shown onto the sides. And it's going to be interesting to see how Lunga Lukosa, who we saw in the Cravening, how he shapes up and how he plays, because he is the guy who sets up the pace for Selborne.
Well, he's a proper fly half. That's certainly what we noticed at the 50th Coca-Cola Craven Week. He captains the side. He's very much the fulcrum. He's the man who makes it all happen. But they've got some very good players elsewhere, particularly the back row. Look out for those 3 guys. They can all seriously play the game. Jedwin Harty, I remember, scored a hat-trick during Craven Week. Grey High School, we saw them on our screens a couple of weeks ago playing against Grey College. They were well beaten that day, but they showed that they've got some very good individual players. Luca Dallavecchia enjoyed his try that he scored on the day there. And one interesting thing, you'll notice that Stefan Eberson, number 4, against Grey College, he played number 3, tight head prop. He scored a try, but he prefers to play at lock, and that's where he is today.
Oh, interestingly, speaking to Rory Duncan, the coach, before the game, he loves him the fact that he's a ball carrier. He carries the ball strongly, so he'd be one of the men who'll be trying to make sure that he makes the yard so that he can release those backs. Interesting player, Gareth Matthews coming on, Mateus coming on at 10. Man who played golf and has come on, is now playing first team rugby.
Well, those are the 2 sets of replacements. And remember that a number of those boys, in fact, I think all of them have already played a game of rugby today. So you won't be seeing them come on as tactical replacements too soon, I think.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. But I'm looking forward to seeing Curran Bosch, one of the replacement fly-halves. He played in the under 16 game for Grey College, for Grey High. And another youngster, Morgan Stein, who's on the bench for Selborne. He played the fly-half for the under 16 side.
Lovely to see the war cry. Selborne College are on the field already. There they are. And if you hear just a catch in the throat of Gabani Bobo, it's because Selborne beat Dale College 14 out of 14 last week.
Oh, serious day off there for Dale College, but we're over here. Hopefully Greg can show some things.
So some really good young players in this Selborne side. We look forward to seeing them really expressing themselves. There's Lungelo Goso, the man that we were talking about. He really is a proper fly half. By that I mean he can kick, he can pass, he can run, and his decision making is outstanding. In front of him, sorry, the number 6, Jedwin Harty, will keep an eye on him as well.
Oh, he's classy. Jordan Harty, he's one of those features. He's always going to be there, pushing the envelope a bit, making sure that he retains the ball and he maintains it for his side. Going back to Lunga Lukosa, he's one of those players who just plays because he enjoys the game. You can even see with the smile that he runs onto the game. It's just the expression from the man. He loves what he does.
So here come Grey High School. Grey High School going all the way back to 1856. That's when they were founded by Bishop Grey, who also founded Grey College. And the slow hand clap begins as they wait for their heroes to take the field. They will be led on by their captain, CJ Fellerman. There he is. And CJ is going to be staying in Port Elizabeth at the end of his school career and is hoping to make a career of things with the Kings.
He's captain every side that he's played for in grade since grade 11, from grade 8. So he's one of those men. He's a deputy head boy, and he's a head of Johnson House. So a man with a lot of leadership on his side.
So here they come, racing out onto the field. Wonderful atmosphere for this FNB Classic Clash. And Grey High will be playing from right to left on your screens in the first half. All action flank forward. It'll be a real battle for the loose ball today. Our referee is Rodney Bonaparte. All of our schools have different ways of entering the arena, and that's one of the more entertaining ones from Grey High. Difficult to really gauge what the wind is doing. Let's wait for the walk. Lovely stuff.
Oh, the great toss, last game of the season, last game in their school career. So they'll be looking forward to this. It's quite a special occasion for them.
So it will be Grey High to get proceedings underway.
Just make sure they're behind.
Fly half Garrick Mateus is a golfer, and the two schools played golf against each other yesterday. And away we go with this FNB Classic Clash. It's Grey High from Port Elizabeth against Selborne College from East London. Straight away, good ball for Selborne. And it's Gorsa off the left boot, looking for touch, hasn't found it. This is a strong run there by Lamont Boer, who showed up well against Grey College a couple of weeks ago. Now Mateus keeping it amongst the forwards for now. There's some big lads there. Angus van Niekerk is the scrum half. A little chip into space from Mateus is very well placed, putting the pressure on the last line of defence for Selborne College. This is Stuart Dixon, who is being wrestled, but well done there by Keegan Gray, making sure that he found the safety of touch.
Okay, starting off with a percentage game, making sure that they stay in their half.
Get them in line with you.
Use the wind a little bit of the
Get them
wind
in
that
line
they
with
have
you,
behind
okay?
themselves.
Boys in line.
Get into the right territory so they can start to put them on their attack.
Well, uncontested at the tail of the line. One there by Johan van Niekerk. And now a good straight run from Chad Momber. Everybody crowded on the right-hand side. Mateus finding fullback Keanu Fess. Just a little lateral from the Grey High boys. And that looks as if it went forward. Referee Bonaparte was right on the spot, though. He must have ruled that it went straight down. So into play comes Gerrit Heisaman, just outside the 22 of Selborne College. That's a good tackle coming in from Jason Stain.
Use it!
Now, can they use it? A lot of hands on the ball. It is available now for Niekerk. Mateus looking for the drop goal. It's a pretty good strike, but he's gone well to the left of the uprights.
Well, you can see the pressure of the last game. Grey got into the right position. Now they're just trying to make sure that the scoreboard is ticking, and then get the numbers up so that Selborne can start chasing the game. But going well off to the left.
So halfway line, and the big lad Lamont Boer takes it up.
Play on dropped.
Loose ball, and Selborne very nearly turning it over. Well, it's an old-fashioned game at the moment. Feet, feet. It's now taken by Stefan Iberson. That's good hands there from Jeremy Ward. And now van Niekerk finding Mateus. The straightening of the line coming from Boa. All of the pressure in these early minutes is being applied on Selborne College. They haven't been out of their own half. This is Irbison, who showed up so well in the loose against Grey College. Just a little flat-footed there, but look at the timing of the pass. CJ Fellerman racing on to the ball. He's got within 10. Now he needs support there. He's got to release that ball. Has done so. The dive pass to Mateus. Now it's going to be a foot race, and I think Mateus's kick has just beaten the chasing man on the right wing, Dylan Vermaak.
I can imagine Dylan Vermaak never really made that call. He was standing a bit deeper for the chase. But the way they've been keeping the ball Grey high, putting the captain into space, CJ Fellerman, he does well to retain possession, which is why I felt that they could have used that ball, maybe kept him more in hand, especially just inside the 22.
So, long way downfield. You see the ball bouncing on the cricket square. I'm sure, watching all of these muddied oafs, that the cricket master and the groundsman are having kittens about how soon the cricket season will be upon them.
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine how long this rain's going to stay about for them, so to prepare that for the summer?
So here we are, halfway line. Putting the ball in is Scott Creel. And that one has gone against the throw. It's well grabbed there by JP Jameson. Penalty goes the way of Selborne.
The contestant from Grant was outstanding here from Hasten. But now, just because they're going on the back foot, Selborne in the right position, and just the entrance onto that rack was not great from Grey High, hence the penalty.
Now, Lungelo Gosa is going to have a go here, which suggests to me that the wind is probably behind.
Or maybe he backs himself. He's pretty happy to have a go here.
Well, he's a left footer. It's certainly a well cut up surface, so he's not kicking off a billiard table here. Look at that burger in the background. There's been a few of those consumed today, I can tell you. Corsa then, captain of Selborne. Has he got the distance? He has got the distance. It's just faded. So it remains 0-0. And now here go Grey through Fellerman. Heading over the 10-metre line. Great run from the captain. Flings it out to Vermaak. It's gone forward, says Rodney Bonaparte.
Oh, but he sends a great warning there to CJ Fellerman, leading from the front, running him hard. And his will to just keep the ball alive, I mean, something impressive. The way he carries the ball in two hands, have everyone gasping up, not knowing where he's going to be coming from. But he carries well, the captain, all the way to the halfway line. Pity about the pass at the end.
Oh, I think if that had gone to the TMO, it might have been turned around.
Oh, yeah, the hands were going backwards.
Didn't look too much wrong with that. But Rodney Bonaparte is the sole judge today. He's up with play. We go with his call. Good ball for Selborne, but unfortunately for them, Damien Wolfart couldn't hang on.
Just one of those inexperienced players from the 8th man, Damien Wolfart, going to the side where the scrum off is at. That's where the pressure is coming from. As he picks up, the scrum off is right on top of him, so it's always going to be difficult to get the ball away.
Number 6 is Jedwin Harty. He's the vice captain of the side.
Scrum. Feet. Stay bound.
This time, good ball to work with. Keegan Gray sending it out to Gorza. He's missed his man.
Advantage.
Turnover ball. Here's Fellerman again. And again, breaking tackles. Dallavecchia couldn't hang on to the pass.
Just basic errors from both teams. You can see what all the ambition to move the ball and keep it in hand. But CJ Fellerman hasn't been an impact in this game already. He's carried well, and he's always looking to make sure that he keeps the momentum and the ball, always just promoting it in the tackle. It's a pity about the skills at the end.
Well, this is Gorsa, who's picked up a little bit of an injury. Play is continuing meanwhile. This is Creel. This time the front ball is won by Damien Wolfart, but it's not the tidiest ball. And eventually fullback Stuart Dixon kicks it away. It's not a great kick either. This is Luca Dallaverchia. We know how quick he is. Takes it up to the 10. Oh, there's a huge overlap on the right-hand side if they can put it through the hands. Yerbeson decides to straighten the line first. Penalty for not releasing the tackled man. And this is kickable. CJ Fellerman decides there will indeed be a kick at goal, and Mateus will take it.
Well, Stuart Dixon, Everson came around the corner, but he never really dominated the tackle. Felt there was no daylight shown there by Rodney Bopati, the referee, calling him for not showing daylight to Stuart Dixon. But Grey High will be very happy with their start. They're carrying the ball, lots of confidence.
He won't have a problem with the distance, but it is a tricky wind. Oh, off the upright, and that's brilliantly caught on the fly by Han van Niekerk, and this might be better than 3 points for Grey High. JP Jameson sending it down the line. That's very good play there by Heesamen. Mateus, and straightening is Mudrovic. Got options either side now of Grey High. Selborne looking a little stretched as Mateus sends it out. Lovely hands there, and this is going to be a super try for Dylan Vermaak, youngest boy in the team at 16. And a lovely score being set up by the kick that hit the upright.
Oh, Dylan Vermaak, known for his pace. He ran a 10-8 and under 16 level. Finishes off the try, but it's all the hard work from the forwards, just maintaining that ball. It was a good pass to get the ball out to his 8th man, Boer, and Boer in the hands were clean. They used their numbers well, Grey High, and they made sure that they were direct and accurate in their passing. And Dylan Vermaak, man, fortunate to score the try in the corner.
So here we are, 11th minute has elapsed, and I don't think Selborne have been in Grey High's half. I know they've kicked the ball into it, but it's been run back every time. The conversion is good, and it's 7-0 to the home side.
Now phase play and pressure, and just making sure that you get the numbers onto them, and Vermaak was right there, the winger. Great positioning and great hands from the 8th man, Boer.
Yes, lovely timing of the pass, wasn't it? So Gursa, who was being attended to, is back on his feet, and he's the man restarting the game. And now Selborne will be trying to put some pressure on. Now the big fella there was Matthew Nelson, all 122 kilos of him. He's forced the turnover ball. That's great hands. This is a real chance for Selborne. Out on the right wing is Lobudwana, and he is in touch 10 metres out.
Milani there. They ran out of space. Someone had to take initiative and Selborne and start straightening that line and take them on line.
Here's Fellerman. He's absolutely typical number 6. He's built very low to the ground and he's strong as an ox.
And he puts a lot of pressure onto the 10 because all the time they're targeting Lunga Lukosa because they know they have to make him tackle. And that way he won't be that flash when he gets a ball in hand.
Scott Creel with the feed. And it's turnover ball. Grabbed there by Gerrit Heesamen.
Take a step right.
Whose grandfather played for Western Province.
Grant Heesamen he's been turning over ball in those lineouts, and it's a much better exit play for Grey High.
Well, that stat tells its own story, doesn't it? That's what we've been talking about. Selborne just haven't had their hands on the ball. Now, here's their captain, Gursa. Little pop pass and strong run there by Jedwin Harty. It's quickly available, and it's a lovely handoff and pacey piece of running from Kwenga Kungwana. Turnover ball at the breakdown, though.
Looking for work. It's hard working and good runs from Tango Balikile. He's a man who just snuck up on us.
Yeah, wearing number 17 there, looked like an 11 from a distance, and I didn't see him come on, I must say.
Yeah, because there were no changes before the start, but he's a man who's come on, and the carry was explosive. He meant it. That's how Selborne wants to play. They want to make sure that they come around the corner, have Lunga Lagosta putting up his forwards.
Going. Crouch. Bind. Scrum.
Tighted.
It is indeed. Well spotted, sir. Here's Gursa. He'll know how to use a tighted. Floats the ball out to Depen Sell.
Release it! Advantage.
Support a little slow in arriving, and that was the reason that Keegan Gray, I think, hung on to the ball. They're getting very close now, just 5 meters out, Selborne College.
Still penalty advantage.
Offside is the call against the defenders. Now Gray sends it to Gursa. Just a little flat-footed in the three-quarter line there. Kungwana is held, but this is Milani.
Walk on, no advantage.
Referee had been playing a long advantage, remember.
Six blue.
CJ Fellerman has been pinned for being out of the blocks early. And the decision from Gursa is that he will have another go at goal.
On the line.
Opponents took the ball on, just never showing daylight there, CJ Fielmel. And that's why he was pinned. But it was a great clean coming in from Dylan Peterson, the number 12 centre from Selborne.
He's played sevens for South Africa at schools level. He's hooked that one.
They went on and won the tournament in Australia, coached by Neil Powell and Maurice Skuman, one of the managers. Yeah, you'd be disappointed with that kick.
Now, those two fellas you mentioned, of course, they're tasked with bringing through the boys to play for the Blitzbokker, and we might see him for the Blitzbokker one day.
Well, it's one of those, he's concentrated, he's gone out and said that he wants to make sure that he uses the sevens as his platform to set up his professional career, which is, I think, is a great call for a young man.
So here comes Selborne College in the black and white hoops. Up to the halfway line they go. Just haven't had much ball to work the phases. And that's a penalty for, I think, lifting the player.
Just isolated someone there. It's always difficult when you don't dominate the collision to get the momentum of the other players that come behind you so they can clean and set up a nice target for them.
Good kick from Garrick Mateus. Well, the visitors, and happy to tell you, there are 20 rugby fixtures being played between these two sides today. Also 10 hockey fixtures. They played each other at golf. The debating societies have had a go at each other.
All is good.
Advantage now, collapsing penalty advantage.
So penalty advantage going the way of Grey High. Taken on strongly there by Johan van Niekerk. He got it within 2 meters. And here goes Fellerman. Oh, has he reached out to score there? Referee says no, held up.
Oh, very, very close that. Fellerman and Van Nikke, they keep on the pressure. They're relentless in the way that they carry that ball. Just keeping on the pressure on the Selborne side. The two loose forwards tag teaming together. It's been good to see.
So Garrett Mateus is going to have a go at goal from there.
Yeah, it's quite close. Oh, that is for my side. Guess with the hindsight of having the cameras, it looked like he touched it the first time.
Well, it would explain why, when the whistle went and he looked up at the referee, he had a look of shock on his face.
He's expecting another different decision.
On the goal line.
Now, this lad's an interesting story. He wasn't going to play rugby this year, and 6 games ago, or actually a little bit longer than that, he was stuck in the 3rd team, played 6 games, and they said, no, you're good enough, into the 1st team with you. And his kick is good.
Just vindicates a fact. That's why he's playing on the 1st team. Man, very talented.
The penalty was on the 5. You need to be 10 meters out of the goal line.
Yeah, it is a little bit cold here. Grim conditions, you might describe them as, but I can see blue sky around as well. We might have a lovely second half, you never know. So Gurza gets things going again, and Selborne, whoops-a-daisy. That little bit of lifting was to no avail, but it was well done by Haysaman in the end, and this is Mateus. Last line of defence is Stuart Dixon.
Get out, get out. Out here.
Good chase from Dixon. He's made the tackle on scrum half Angus van Niekerk. Good pressure coming through from Selborne now. Grey have done good work in defence though. Van Niekerk finding Mateus. Not looking for touch, just looking to put pressure on the ball carrier. Milani sending it infield, and that's out on the full. Oh, it's not out on the full. Don't listen to me.
Yeah, it's a difficult one, just bouncing in front of Boa. That little bounce. Maybe if he got underneath that ball and had his foot on the outside touchline, maybe he could have been then out of bounds, and that way scrum back to where it was kicked from.
Yeah, certainly looked as if it was drifting out. It did not, and that was a clear knock on.
Crouch.
There's not much of a blind to play with here. And Selborne has got all the 7 backline players on the open side.
Pick up off the back by Damien Wolfart. It's a great tackle, isn't it? Fellerman is there again. He's been ever present in this game.
Use it.
Here's Gursa straightening the line from outside centre is Keegan Deppensell. I think Grey have stolen that one. Selborne looking to get the ball back with a counter ruck, but this is an advantage, a penalty advantage being played. Mateus sends it down the line, and now Grey look interested. Oh, just as the referee called advantage over.
Oh, Jeremy Ward maybe anticipating more than what he had on there. And loving that. From the turnover, they look to put the ball in their hands, and everyone straightening and running into the straight lines. And they just anticipated the fact that they had him 1 man over there. And I guess his mind went quicker than his hands.
Crouch.
So putting the ball in is Keegan Grey, one of the Cravenweek boys in the Selborne side. Pick up off the back by Wolfart. He's missed his man. And Deppensell does well to recover.
Leave it off your feet. Take a step, you're blue. Step.
Now here's Gursa. Just hasn't had quality ball to work with as the captain and fly half. Vermaak did good work there. Scrum half Angus van Niekerk. I don't think anybody bought the dummy. Held up, turnover ball.
Yeah, it's just a bit different. It's hard for Selborne to settle into this game. They're just not getting their phase into the go. That's why we can't see these expressive players, especially on the outside of Lunga Logasa, him, so that he can dominate the game. And you have to give credit to the loose forwards of Grey High. I see here Angus van Niekerk show the dummy, but no one bought it. And they kept him out for not getting the ball into the right because it was a maul.
Well, that was how to keep somebody in the air, wasn't it?
Oh, literally.
He must have felt like a Christmas cracker with somebody pulling on both ends. There's a lovely piece of straightening from Stuart Dixon for Selborne.
Blue 6. Still penalty advantage.
Penalty advantage being played, and the drive coming from Robert Stanford.
Oh, they're on that sticky patch.
Oh, thinking about the drop goal is Gursa. He's got the distance, and it's gone wide. So he knows that there was an advantage being played, and he will take the kick at goal. Well, I say that, but as he saw Gursa looking at his coach, saying, "Where do you want?"
You have to look at Kevin Taylor, one of the most experienced Selborne coaches. He's been around for a while. Remember, even when I was still playing for Dell College, he was one of the coaches. He'd be lucky he's not kicking from that sticky patch. But the straightening coming in from Stuart Dixon is great timing, great line. And the tackle was strong. And this is where the penalty happens. He was already called as a ruck. Typical open side flanker format, not leaving that ball, trying to slow it down so he can give his team a chance to get the strong line.
Well, this is Gursa then. It hasn't been his day with the boot so far. And he hits it with a pronounced hook, so he's going to be aiming outside that left-hand upright as you look at them. And then, is it coming in? It's not.
Oh, they definitely have to look in another way of putting points on the scoreboard. Or maybe look at another option of who's the next kicker in line.
So here's Garrett Mateus. His kicking has been good for Grey High today. Here's Milani. And Gursa looking this time for a tactical kick. Oh, brilliant little fly hack there. Nobody at home for Grey High. And that's well covered by Dylan Vermaak. Now, has he got the pace to run himself out of danger here? Yes, he has. Great stuff from the youngster. Lots of Selbornians there at the breakdown. I think they've won it on the ground. I'm wrong. Here goes Fellerman. He's lost it forward. So now a chance for Selborne.
Advantage.
And they'll come back for that first knock.
Oh, it's full on goal here. Just the way that Lunga sports the space, and he doesn't kick it too far so that his winger can make the chase. And as well anticipated there, and a little on the chip, just the bounce. Does well, Dylan Vermaak to react, and he does have the pace. Man will run 20.8 and under 16 level. Secures possession for his team. And a bit of a little exit play, and a knock on from the captain. Now scrum for Selborne, favorable position.
Well, the rain has returned. And here go Selborne College. That's good hands from Deppen Sell. Jedwin Harty hits it up. That's gone forward this time, but the referee says offside is the call, and it'll be a penalty to Grey High.
Most of the time you get away with those accidental offsides. A bit of a scrum.
Well, the weather is really coming in now. A squall coming on in from the sea. Putting the ball in here is Josh Mudrovic. That's very well taken by Johan van Niekerk.
One out.
It's held by Ierbeson. Oh, that's a nasty little kick ahead.
Taken back. Taken back.
Dixon. He's got himself isolated, and there's plenty of blue jerseys around him, but he's done well.
Leave it now, blue.
Selborne just desperate for a bit of go-forward ball in this game. Gosa missed his man and very nearly turned over. Gosa has to have another go himself, and he is a twinkle toes. Good cleaning out there, and the penalty goes the way of the boys in black and white.
Well, they're starting to get frustrated by the way they lose forwards from the Grey High, attacking that ball in the looses. Every loose rock, they're competing. Captain leading from the front, as I mentioned before, and Johan van Niekerk, the number 7, unsung hero from those breakdowns. And you can see now they're getting frustrated a little bit, Selborne. Not getting any momentum from their play. Just the pressure there from van Niekerk and Gosa. You can see that's why he's not playing at scrum off.
Creel has thrown it away. Haysaman taking it for Grey. Lineouts have been a bit of a lottery for Selborne. Matthias hoists it high. Another nasty bounce is well gathered in by Dixon. He's having to earn his spurs at fullback today. And here's the big frame of Matthew Nelson. Another man who impressed us at Craven Week. Tight head prop. Little chip forward from Milani. Taken in by Fess for Grey. Now working the blind side. Nowhere to go. Grey doing the basics pretty well in this game. Now the lateral run from little Angus van Niekerk, who is the third of the brothers van Niekerk to play first team rugby for Grey.
Yeah, they do their basics very well, Greg. They keep the ball in hand. Well, it's quite innovative play and phase play, looping around the 10, Matthias. And half of that, all those balls stolen by Grey High, by that man, Grant Haysaman, the number 5 lock. You can see he's learned a lot from his coach, Rory Duncan. We know Rory Duncan has played for the Sharks and Free State, and he was a line-out call chief, so showing a bit of his spurs and is giving it up to Gerrit.
Sit up a little bit close, get a little bit higher, get a little bit higher for me, okay? Step a little bit forward.
Closest to us is Matthew Nelson, and he is scrumming against Matthew House. Now the 8-9 move, bringing in the fullback, and a lovely little delayed pass there. This is Milani. Can he go all the way? Was that forward? Referee says play on. Fess has it for Grey. Oh, and Dallavecchia has lost it forward.
Opportunity going begging, yeah. Ball from Dixon, he draws 2 man and he puts Milani in space. I felt that he slowed down here. He should have carried on with that momentum. He could have used it, but Kerno first. What a tackle, strong tackle right onto the ball, dislodging it. And then after that, just common errors coming again. I guess the rain is starting to take full.
Behind, stop.
Good shove there from the Selborne 8. Gosa with the wraparound move. He's got great feet. Takes it inside the Grey 22. And Selborne have been really outmanoeuvred in this first half, but if they could score close to half-time now, they'll be reasonably satisfied, I would imagine.
Especially with 24% of possession, and Grey High's had all the possession in this first half.
Turnover ball is killing Selborne as well. That's Matthias's long kick downfield. Huge kick.
Oh, that takes it out on those forwards. His forwards will be up in arms saying that, well done, son. And the Selborne back again, have to dig deep just outside the 22, make sure that they get the yards back, maybe give themselves a chance in the last 2 minutes left here.
It's funny when you're a forward how you don't feel tired running forward. It's running backwards.
That's that backwards. See the boys dragging heels there. Feels like they've got slaves behind their backs.
Here's Scott Creel with the lob ball. He's missed the intended man, but it is one.
Body weight, hands on the ground. Body weight.
Penalty goes the way of Selborne, but time is nearly up in this first half. Well, just enough time for the line out, but it hasn't been the greatest area for Selborne in this game.
Balikile does well. Felt that he was not supporting his body weight. Felt his knees were not even leaning onto the player on the ground. Yes, the call and the sole judge of the calls, Rodney Babati.
Well, again, the pressure coming in from Grey, and Lamont Boa coming away with the ball for the boys in the light blue jerseys. Distributed by Johan van Niekerk. Then it's gone forward, and just time for the scrum. So we're in injury time at the end of the first half.
Crouch. Bind. Scrum.
Selborne going for another 8-9 move. And that's going to be a penalty, so it won't be half-time just yet. I would suggest it's outside kicking range. So they're just going to have to tap and go from here. There won't be time to set a line out. And that's exactly what Rodney Bonaparte has told Lungela Gosa. So coming up to take the tap is Keegan Gray. Here goes Jedwin Harty. Takes it over the 10. Now it's Nelson. Oh, wrestled out of the hands, and that's illegal. It looks like it might even be a yellow card here. No, I thought the referee was going to the pocket there, but he's decided not to.
Captain. Yeah, listen. Offside. Yeah, let's have a chat about it. Nah, offside.
So this should be the last action of the first half then. Lungela Gosa hasn't had a great day with the boot. So there's a bit of discussion out there, but ultimately he is going to try and open Selborne's account. Now you'll see this hand come snaking out here. And it's from an offside position, Johan van Niekerk. And the referee deciding there was a few too many niggles around and has had a word and might be going to the pocket next time. So this will be the last action of the half, assuming that the ball goes dead, of course. Well, this time he has missed it, and that is half-time. So, at the break, it's 10 points to 0 in favour of the boys in blue. A really fine try from Dylan Vermaak in the 10th minute, and that was converted. Then a penalty from Mateus in the 19th minute. And perhaps Grey will be a bit disappointed that they only lead by 10 at the break. They've had so much ball. Join us in the second half.